Hello, my name is Jim Chapman and I am GQ's trusted test pilot, which basically means I go out and try things which could go awfully wrong so I can report back and tell you what's worth investing in. This time, I got a spray tan. So I've only ever had one other spray tan in my life and I don't like to talk about it because it was quite a traumatic experience. I was shooting a thing in Dubai and was supposed to look like I'd been in Dubai for a few days. So I was sent to a guy to go get this tan. I said to him, just go light and easy. I want to look like I've just had a few days in the sun, nothing too dark. And his response was that he has one formula and it goes on and then it just reacts to your skin with the way it reacts and you're stuck with whatever color comes out. He put it on very thick and very wet, and I went a colour that people wouldn't go naturally in the sun. It wasn't brown, and it wasn't even orange. It was just some sort of like odd radioactive hue that no one had ever witnessed before. So I turned up to the airport and was doing this shoot with a few of my friends who found it hysterical. So I'm sure you can understand that when I was asked to do spray tans for this month's test pilot, I was dubious to say the least. However, I had it done yesterday and I can honestly say that I've never looked better. Like, my abs look amazing. I'm going to tell you all about the story. So I turned up yesterday at the Away Spa at the W Hotel on Wardour Street in Leicester Square in London and was a little bit anxious. However, I was met by James Harknett, who is actually a professional spray tanner to the stars. He's done Oliver Cheshire, he's done David Gandy, you name it, he sprayed them for the covers of all sorts of magazines. And as soon as I got there, he was a very calm, lovely human being, which put me at ease. Also, he helped formulate the product he uses on people. He explained the whole process and he asked me questions in the way a hairdresser should ask you questions to find out what you want, rather than just kind of going for the, the bog standard short back and sides. He asked me about what I was trying to achieve and for what purpose, and if I was going to an event or going away somewhere, and what I wanted to avoid. He explained the whole thing to me, so when I went into the room and I stripped down, I actually felt quietly confident that I wasn't going to look like a complete moron when I came out. And when he sprayed me, he was like an artist at work. He literally would like look at me and examine my body and go, okay, interesting. And he'd spray like this and he'd sort of do all the, and it was really an interesting thing to be on the receiving end of. And as soon as I stepped out after the spray tan, looked in the mirror, I honestly couldn't help but smile at myself. I work out quite a lot, like 4 or 5 times a week, and I eat well, I look after myself, and I'm in all right shape. However, I've never looked how I want to look. But stepping out of the booth after having a layer of spray tan on, I was as close to looking how I've always wanted to as I've ever been before. That said, you then look around the room at the Wall of Fame and you see the likes of David Gandy and Oliver Cheshire sort of adorning his wall, and you think, still got a long way to go, but I've never looked better than I do right now, and I'm so happy. So I got home last night. I was not supposed to shower or wash my hands for a few hours. This morning I showered it off, and it's so natural and it's so sort of simple and easy, you'd never know. I went to the gym this morning and I bumped into a friend who went, "Oh, you look really well," and I was like, thanks. I didn't tell him about the spray tan because that's kind of the whole point. It's quite subtle. That said, I don't know if it's something I'll do regularly because this will last about 5 to 7 days, and it does take some upkeep. I have to moisturize after the shower and it takes a bit of thinking about. It's also admin. I have to call up and book in, do all that stuff. However, I think I would do it more often for a thing. Like if I have to have a photo shoot or if I'm traveling and want a bit of a base tan beforehand, then I totally would go and have a top up. I'm quite scared of the sun. I don't hang out in the sun. I will wear factor 50 and hide under a tree for most of the time. And as a result, I'm usually quite pasty. But having a little layer just makes a huge difference. And actually look, with pink and the brown, looks really nice. Now you can go for something like me. I've gone for like the lightest color you can, or you can go all the way to super dark brown if you want to, if you're a seasoned pro / you're like a god and want to emphasize all the muscles you have. But James can also contour around your muscles, so he can define your chest and your biceps and your abs. So if maybe you are going to the beach or you're competing as an athlete and you want to look the best possible, then go see him. Totally worth it. I think it's £50 a go. And I am totally converted. I thought I was going to hate it. I was fully prepared to make this video and write my article talking about how awful it was. But it's not at all. I actually really enjoyed the process. So that's it. If you're interested in getting a spray tan, then look into it. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you very soon. Bye.